Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Giggity, real name is Mark, and in today's video we are going to be going over the best Call of Duty maps A through Z. This is always a little bit hard to make. I've been doing this series, for those who don't know, for a couple times. This is going to be the last video in this series, by the way. But yeah, we've been doing all kinds of different things. We did like the best Call of Duty pistols A through Z, the best Call of Duty characters, SMGs, ARs, snipers, shotguns. Did all kinds of different things A through Z. And now today we're wrapping up the series. It's going to be the last A through Z video with the best Call of Duty maps A through Z. And like I said, this is always a little bit hard to make because you obviously can't just like look at a big list sorted alphabetically of all the maps. So you kind of have to like go through and look at every single game, look at every single map in the games. So by all means, there's definitely going to be a couple of these entrances where it's like you could be like, oh, well, what about this map? And I'll be like, oh my god, I forgot all about that map. You're right, that map is better than the one I put for this letter. Okay, there's going to be a couple like that. So just if you guys are interested in leaving comments down below like that, by all means, I would greatly appreciate it. If there isn't a map that starts with a certain letter, we will just include one that has a letter in its name somewhere, and we're also not including any Call of Duty Mobile or any Call of Duty 1 through 3 maps, just because I never played those games, and I don't really think they're mainline Call of Duties too much anyways, and so, yeah, we don't include those. Song of the Day is actually not a Song of the Day today, guys. It's going to be a movie of the day. I love movies. I watch a movie like pretty much every other day. I'm watching movies, man. I freaking love them. And so today we're going to go with one of my favorites, probably in my top 10 if I had to guess, Django Unchained by Quentin Tarantino. Absolute banger. If it is like, definitely has some like harsh subject matters and some brutal stuff in it, so if you're a young lad, don't watch it, but man, is it a banger. And almost any Quentin Tarantino movie is, honestly, man. I watched almost every single one of them at this point, and they're all freaking good. So yeah, Django Unchained is today's movie of the day. Go give it a watch if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's get right into it with the letter A, the best Call of Duty map that starts with the letter A. And dude, hot take. It might be a hot take here. I don't know. I went with Asylum in World at War. Asylum in World at War, for those who don't know, is Verrucht, the zombies map Verrucht, but for multiplayer. And it plays extremely well. It is extremely freaking well. World at War is one of those older CODs, obviously, so back in the day, they didn't really care too much about making the maps small. Nowadays, we do get smaller maps because they understand that most players enjoy the smaller maps over the larger ones. And so it was very rare that we got a small map that played really well on the older CODs, and Asylum is one of those. It was a pretty small map that played extremely well, and the layout was great. It was awesome. Good job. As for the letter B, I went with one that, again, might be a little bit of a hot take. I don't know what the community's opinion is on this map, but I've always loved it. I've been a big fan of it ever since I started playing it. Bog in Call of Duty 4. I do believe the COD 4 community does like Bog, but I love Bog. I think Bog is an incredible map, and I don't understand, dude. Again, maybe it's because the community doesn't like it that much, and I'm just solo dolo over here. But I don't understand why they don't remaster Bog more often. Have they ever remastered it? I don't think they have, and that's a crime. The only time they remastered it is for like COD 4 Remastered, which doesn't really count. Sticking in the COD 4 family real quick for the letter C, because we're going with another COD 4 map here. Crash. Yeah, Crash is just, it's just like the quintessential Call of Duty multiplayer map. It makes sense why people love it so much, but it's not super flashy. It's not a small map. It does have the, ties to the movie Black Hawk Down, which is probably the reason why more people like it as well. But realistically speaking, the map itself is just a typical Call of Duty map. It's a 3-lane map. It's not small. It's not large. It's not beautiful. It's just a regular map. But for some reason, Crash plays so well. I think it's just like because of how blatantly obvious the 3-lane structure is on this map that it works out. It just works. It's a great start for the COD franchise. Coming in for the letter D might be another hot take because it's one of the community's most hated CODs. Trust me, man, I get it. I hate this. This is my least favorite COD of all time, period. I hate it that much. And I didn't play this map that much when it came out for this game, but I'm not going to sit there and look at it with red tinted glasses because it's like me looking at it angrily, and I'll put my biases aside. It's Das Haus and Vanguard. Das Haus and Vanguard is an incredible map. It plays super freaking well. It's a super small map, obviously, so it's more of like a camo grinders style map, but they brought it back in Modern Warfare 2023, and that game I did play a lot of, and I loved it in that game, and it all started in Vanguard, so I got to give credit where credit is due. I think it's an incredible map. As for the letter E, it makes me so happy to report that this map is coming back in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I cannot wait. I'm not really super excited for Black Ops 7. I'm pretty much just like everybody else, man. I'm excited for Battlefield 6, and that's pretty much it right now. But I think once Battlefield 6 comes out, I'll play it for a couple weeks, I'll fall in love with it, and then my honeymoon phase will burn out on the game, and then I'll start getting excited for Black Ops 7. And when I do, I'm excited to report that Express from Black Ops 2 will be in that game. I cannot wait. Express has always been good in every single COD it's been released in. It was in Black Ops 2. I think it's in Black Ops Cold War, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it might even be in Black Ops 4, or is it? No, I know it's in another Black Ops game though, but either way, every time it comes out, it's freaking great is what I'm trying to say. Express is a really, really fun map. The moving trains also, I know it's so small and tacky, I guess you could say, but it really does add a layer to the map that's so much fun. I have gone on record to say that I think this map is better than Nuketown, and I'm not afraid to admit it again here. I still think that the letter F firing range in Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is a better map and more fun for me to play on personally than Nuketown is. I understand why the hype for Nuketown is there. It is a very fun map, but I think firing range is the best Black Ops 1 map, and it is easily getting my letter F spot for today. It is freaking peak. There are some heavy hitters for the letter F, like Favela. Like, dude, there are some bangers for the letter F, but I don't even think it's freaking close, man. Firing range is peak. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Call of Duty map of all time, period. I just think it plays perfectly in every single way, and it's the perfect size, too. Like, yes, it's small, but it's not so small to the point where it's just like spawn, die, spawn, die. Like, there's still tactics involved in firing range. You can still flank players, and you can still, you don't have to just rely on your aim and reflexes in firing range. You can get away with actually being a skilled player. It's just so good. As for the letter G, we are staying in the Black Ops family, because I don't think it's a hot take to say this, but maybe it is. But the Black Ops games are clearly the superior, like Treyarch is clearly the superior one when it comes to creating multiplayer maps. And so there, spoiler alert, but there are going to be a lot of Treyarch game maps on this list. For the letter G, I went with Grind and Black Ops 2. Every single game that this is in, I believe it's in Black Ops 6 now. I knew it was in Black Ops 4, and then it originated in Black Ops 2. It has been perfect in every single one of them. It's first of all, the setting is awesome. A skate park is such a cool idea for a map. And then the freaking gameplay wise, it's also really fun. It's just like firing range. I think it's a perfect size. I don't think it's too small. I don't think it's too big though. I think it's perfect size. The only thing with Grind is the outside portion where it's like the stands are there, you know, like you can, the bleachers or whatever. I feel like that part of the map just never really gets used. And if it isn't firing range, then this is my favorite COD map of all time. For the letter H, I don't think it's even close. I went with Hijacked in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Staying in the Black Ops family yet again, because of course, Hijacked is, again, if it's not firing range, man, it's this. I don't know which one I would say is better than the other, but I freaking love Hijacked. Now, to be fair, I think if I had to choose, I would probably put firing range over Hijacked, just due to the fact that Hijacked is like, again, it's a map where there's like no real way of flanking. It's a very small, extremely linear map. But God, is it fun, man. Hijacked is such a good map. Such a good freaking map. I love Hijacked so much. Every time they brought it back, I've loved it. God, it's good. As for the letter I, there is obviously not a lot of Call of Duty maps that start with a letter I, so I didn't have too much to choose from. However, we did have Intersection from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which is a DLC map that some players might have never actually had the chance to play. I did, though, and I loved it back when it came out. Unfortunately, now Modern Warfare 3 is too dead to the point where you can't play DLC maps online anymore, so you'll probably never get a chance to play Intersection again with like a full lobby. But either way, back when it first came out, it was really, really fun. It was pretty much just like a mock setup, I want to say, of like an intersection in America that you were fighting on, and it was super well made, super freaking well made. It wasn't super small or anything like that. It was just a fun map to play on. As for the letter J, I went with one that I think is overrated, because I know that people were going to expect it for the letter J, and there really wasn't that many letter J maps in COD history, and this is easily the most iconic of them for that to start with the letter J, and so I put it here. It's Jungle from Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Jungle in Black Ops 1 has been remastered a bunch of times. People obviously love Jungle, but like I said, man, I think Jungle's overrated. I've never been the biggest fan of Jungle. I like the setting, obviously, you're fighting in a Vietnam jungle, like, that's cool, but the actual, like, play style of the map, it's just, in my opinion, I never really cared for it too much. But yeah, it's obviously iconic. There wasn't that much to choose from in the letter J spot, so I'll put it here for the letter J, but just know that I don't really think it's that great. The letter K, on the other hand, it was Call of Duty's first ever time where they were like, hey, what if we just made a map that was extremely small, and we're just like, hey, go kill each other. Kill House in Call of Duty 4. Yeah, it was a DLC map, again, that not a lot of players probably played on back in the day, but they remastered this map a ton of times, and every single time they remaster it, people freaking love it. It's just like, Kill House is just, it's Kill House, man. It is literally exactly what it sounds like. It is a map where you go out there and you just kill each other. It's just like, it's honestly, dude, the map Shoot House in Black Ops 6, the gunfight map that turns into like a 6v6 face-off map, that map is probably more like in-depth and has better flank routes than Kill House does. Kill House is literally just a big square with a couple of boxes here and there, and you're just meant to go kill each other. It's a lot of fun, though, obviously. As for the letter L, there was actually some to choose from here for sure. There was definitely some, but I think I went with one that I personally think is an underrated map. I think it's great. London Docks in Call of Duty World War II. London Docks in World War II is peak. I don't care what anybody says. I think London Docks plays so freaking well for World War II. It is an incredible map. It's not too big, not too small. The 3-lane layout is perfect. I love London docks, and then the actual setting too feels awesome for some reason. I know pretty much all World War II maps feel that way, but London docks, I love the setting. It's a really cool setting. I freaking love it. I love London docks. I'm not afraid to admit that. I think it's the best letter L COD map of all time. Another one that people might disagree with here, actually, that's like 3 back-to-back now. But either way, for the letter M, I went with Micro in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Yeah, man, dude, Micro is freaking great. I don't care. The setting is freaking awesome. This is such a unique design. Dude, just playing on the map and just walking around is fun on Micro. Like, you can't say that for a lot of Call of Duty maps, and this one you can. And then the way it plays is also really, really well done as well. Like, yeah, just the way it plays in general is great. Even if it wasn't like a super cool design choice of like you are a super small toy soldier, it would still be really, really fun to play on. But it has that awesome design choice of you fighting on a picnic table, which is freaking awesome. I'm just going to get this one out of the way. As for the letter N, it's Nuketown, obviously. I mean, it's like the most iconic 6v6, or most iconic first-person shooter multiplayer map of all time, period, let alone just in Call of Duty. I went specifically with the Nuketown Black Ops 3 variant because I think it plays the best, and it's freaking awesome how they managed to make the jetpacks work so well on Nuketown. I don't know how they did that. It's actually, honestly, man, it's really creative, and I think they did really well with that, and so that's the reason why I'm putting the Black Ops 3 Nuketown here. I think it's the best of the variants. It's the only one that plays differently, and at this point, it's been played out. I mean, we've had it in literally every single COD. It's in Black Ops 1, it was in Black Ops 2, or every single Black Ops, I should say. It was in Black Ops 3, it was in Black Ops 4, it was in Cold War, it was in Black Ops 6, and you bet your sweet bippy it's going to be in Black Ops 7 as well. It's in every single Black Ops game ever created, and it always will be. And I think the Black Ops 3 variant is the only one that actually changed it up somehow, and so I like that the best. I think the BO3 Nuketown is the best, but Nuketown is obviously like the most iconic COD map ever. As for the letter O, again, man, we went with another map from this absolute stinker of a game. I hate this game too, man, but it had some good maps. For the letter O, we went with Oasis and COD Vanguard. Yeah, I think Oasis is a freaking great map. I think if they had put Oasis in any other game, people would have been like, this is awesome. I think it's, again, just because it's in COD Vanguard that nobody talks about it. Because, again, don't get me wrong, I understand. Vanguard sucks. But the maps were not the worst maps ever created. Oasis was a really, really fun map. I still, to this day, if I play Vanguard, I hope I get Oasis. I think it's a freaking great map. I think it deserves letter O spot. Another stinker game, not as much of a stinker game as Vanguard, though. I think this game is a little bit better, but it's probably my second least favorite COD game of all time. Because for the letter P, I went with Prison Break and Call of Duty Ghosts. There are definitely some other ones you could say for the letter P, don't get me wrong. P is definitely a used letter for sure. But at the end of the day, man, I think I had to give Ghosts a little bit of credit at some point, and Prison Break is easily its like most well-known map, its most iconic map of all time, so I think it deserves the letter P spot at least. It's also a really cool map. It's just a fun, well-designed map. It's not so large where the vast majority of COD Ghost maps are stupidly large. Prison Break is a fun map to play on. When it pops up into rotation, you're probably extremely happy to play on this. Obviously, the letter Q is a very hard letter to find maps for. It's a hard letter to find anything for, and in most of the guns videos, we had to just use a random gun that had the letter Q somewhere in its name because there wasn't one that started with that letter. And maps are the same way. I had to go with Corey in Modern Warfare 2. There are a couple of maps that started with the letter Q. Only a small handful, though, and none of them that were really iconic. Corey, however, is at least iconic. I don't really think it's great. In Modern Warfare 2, it's fine. There are definitely better maps in Modern Warfare 2, though. Better maps that you want to play. As a matter of fact, we will see still a couple to go here on this list. But Corey is just, it's okay. And it starts with the letter Q, so it kind of got this spot just due to the fact that there's not a lot. But yeah, as a matter of fact, this map already is a better Modern Warfare 2 map. Right after Corey, there's another one. For the letter R, we went with Rust in Modern Warfare 2. Duh. I think Rust is one of the most overrated COD maps of all time. I think for a small map, this map actually plays really annoyingly and not fun at all. I cannot stand it, but it is, there's no denying how iconic Rust is as a Call of Duty map, and so obviously it's going to get the letter R spot for today. Rust in Modern Warfare 2 is, like, yeah, it's not the first ever small map COD did, but it's the first ever time that a small map got, like, the spotlight, like, the mainstream, like, hey, small maps are freaking fun, and it just worked out. Like, even back in the day, man, Shipment wasn't really liked in COD 4. People hated that map. It was not the time that people liked that. Rust in Modern Warfare 2, people loved it. The letter S. There are a lot of letter S maps that are freaking iconic. Shipment being the most obvious one, but even maps like Shoot House in Black Ops 6, I think will go down in history as an incredible map. I think people will fall in love with that map just for camo grinding in general. But I went with Shoot House in Modern Warfare 2019. I love Shoot House. I think Shoot House is exactly how you do a small map. It is the perfect size for a camo grinding, fun, action-packed map that also still requires a little bit of skill that isn't just gun skill and isn't just reflexes. I love Shoot House so much. There are spots where you could camp, but it's not impossible to get campers out of them. There are spots that you can flank, but it's not impossible to deny the flank. There are long shot spots for snipers. Oh my god, I freaking love Shoot House. I think it is an incredible map, and I'm not afraid to admit that I like Shoot House better than I like Shipment. I'm not afraid to admit that I like Shoot House better than I like Nuketown. I love it. As for the letter T, however, back to Modern Warfare 2 again, actually, because, yeah, like I said, man, the Quarry is a fine map, and I definitely think there were some better Modern Warfare 2 maps, and for the letter T, I think that's one of them. Terminal in Modern Warfare 2. Yes, Terminal has been played out at this point. Everybody kind of says that. Everybody's like, why is Terminal so, why do they bring it back so much? It's not even that great. And I do actually kind of agree with them in a sense where I don't really understand where all the hype behind Terminal came from, and I don't understand why they bring it back in every single Modern Warfare game ever. But at the same time, it is still a really, really freaking well-made 3-lane map. It's a good map. I just think, obviously, it's not as great as some of the other maps that we have. And yes, before people are like, well, it's just because you don't like the bigger maps. You like small maps. Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that, man. I like small maps in COD games. I think they play really well. As for the letter U, another COD Ghost map, actually. There's only like 2 in this entire list, obviously, because COD Ghost had some of the worst piss-poor map design of all time. And honestly, for the letter U, it's only really here because there wasn't a lot of maps that started with the letter U, and this isn't even a COD Ghost original. We went with Unearthed in Call of Duty Ghosts. For those who don't know, this is a Dome remake, a Modern Warfare 3 Dome, not World at War Dome. Modern Warfare 3 Dome remake for COD Ghosts, and it had a couple cool things about it, though. First of all, one of the field orders was you could get aliens, the extinction aliens. You could get those as a kill streak, and then another thing that you could do is get the wonder weapon from COD Ghost Extinction, the Venom X or whatever. You could get that on the Unearthed map. COD Ghost, love it or hate it, trust me, I'm one of the ones that hate it as well, trust me. It had the use of field upgrades and the variety and the uniqueness to every single map and having its own little special like theme was super cool, and Unearthed is a cooler version of Dome. The letter V, though, I heard somebody in my COD 4 map ranking video said that Vacant sucks. I heavily disagree with that. I put it as number 1 in COD 4. Yeah. And I stand by that. I'm not afraid to admit it. I stand by that. I think Vacant is my favorite Call of Duty 4 map ever. I love it. I love Vacant. I think Vacant is freaking peak, man. I love it every time I remember by. I don't know if the freaking veterans disagree with me on that, and apparently Vacant is like a hated COD 4 map. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. I don't care. I love Vacant. I think it's freaking great. There's obviously not that many V maps, and so it kind of got here anyways, but I think it deserves it anyways. And as for the letter W, we went with a map that I think is super underrated. I love this freaking map, man. I don't know why. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why I love it so much, but I do. WMD and Call of Duty Black Ops 1. They actually did bring this back in Black Ops Cold War, I believe. And it was just as much fun in that game as it was in Black Ops 1. Arguably even more fun in Black Ops Cold War than in Black Ops 1 because of like the faster movement and stuff like that. But goodness gracious, man, WMD was great. The only slight downside, I guess you could say, to WMD is it's like, I guess the setting isn't that great. Like, it's just kind of like a big nuclear facility or whatever. And I guess that's fine. It's just a big factory. But man, is it fun. I love how back in the day, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, stuff like that, they used to make these like little hidden spots you could get to on maps. I feel like no map does that anymore. Like, remember getting up on top of that like catwalk in WMD? That was awesome. And then you could climb up that sniper's nest in WMD. God, there were some cool spots. As for the letter X, unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there is no map in the entire history of Call of Duty maps that started with the letter X. Were there some that had the letter X somewhere in their name? Yes. Express from Black Ops 2 is definitely one of them. There are definitely some, but I don't want to count that. I think I think this is it's just funny to show you that there's no map in COD history starts with the letter X. Now, I could be wrong. Again, I tried my best to look at every single map in COD history, but trust me, that takes a long time, obviously, and so maybe I just missed it or something. And so, by all means, if there's a map that starts with the letter X, please let me know. I will heart your comment or whatever. But as far as I can tell, there was not one, and it's very unfortunate. As for the letter Y, however, we went with an iconic one. I don't even know why this map is iconic, man. I think it's just because of the game it's in, because realistically speaking, man, I never really thought this map was that much fun. Yemen in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Dude, I don't like the setting isn't that great. Yemen as a setting is fine. It's just a Middle Eastern country. Like, it's not anything crazy. The map itself's layout is fine. It's not, the size of the map is fine. Everything about Yemen is fine. I don't really understand where all the hype came from for it, but God forbid there was a lot of hype for Yemen. People love Yemen in Black Ops 2, and I think the reason why is strictly just due to the fact that it's in Black Ops 2. Every single Black Ops 2 map, especially their launch maps, the ones that people didn't have to pay for, are beloved. And finally, the letter Z. I went with, there were a couple actually, there were definitely a couple letter Z maps out there, not like a crazy amount, but there were a couple for sure, but I didn't think it was any even going to be close anyways. It was Zoo in Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Obviously, let's point out the obvious. The freaking setting is super cool. You're fighting in a zoo. How could anybody not like that? That is just a super sick, awesome, fun setting to fight in. But then the layout of the map itself also played really, really well, especially for Black Ops 1 standards. I believe they remade Zoo in Black Ops Cold War, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was Black Ops 4. I can't really remember, but I do believe they remade Zoo, and it didn't play that well in that game. And I think that's just because the Black Ops 1 simplicity of it made Zoo play awesomely. Zoo was a freaking great map in Black Ops 1. It was a DLC map, so maybe some of you guys never got to play it, but you can go back in combat training and play Zoo with bots if you really have to, and I think you should. Zoo is an awesome map. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video of the best Call of Duty maps A through Z. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos I'd like to see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias or any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great mumbo jumbo. And yeah, guys, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, I will be leaving a comment down below with my new YouTube channel called Giggity Plays, where I'll be uploading any sort of non-Call of Duty related gameplay videos in the future. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, that's where it will be on that channel. And yeah, that's it for this series, man. We're all done with the A through Z series. Now, it wasn't the most popular series in terms of views. You guys didn't really care for it too much. And so, you know, I'm happy to report that we're moving on from that. Don't worry, we will be going back to more, hopefully more entertaining videos in the future. But let me know what you guys are thinking of, man. There are so many video ideas I have, but by all means, if you guys have any ideas yourself, I'm all open for recommendations in the comments, man. It means the world to me when you give me recommendations, actually, because it makes my job easier. You know what I mean? All I gotta do is just go with that idea and do my own spin on it. So yeah, if you guys want to see any sort of ideas in the comments, by all means, let me know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.